11 time zones, a landmass so massive it anchors global geopolitics through the sheer volume of its mineral and energy reserves alone. Zoom in from the wild taiga, and you hit the political core. Centuries of rigid imperial history frozen into the architecture of Red Square. Yet immediately adjacent stands the Moscow City Financial District, a high-tech grid of glass and steel housing corporate logistics extracting that vast national wealth. Relocating here in 2026 presents a sharp binary choice. You gain exceptionally cheap living costs and high public safety, but you lose your connection to the global financial system. This chart plots duration of stay against financial friction. It visualizes the parallel grid, an economy operating on proprietary rules, isolated from Western banking. Your survival depends on which node you occupy: the short-term tourist, the remote digital nomad, or the embedded local expat. To function in this environment, you have to sever your reliance on external digital networks and fully integrate into the domestic infrastructure. Entry logic splits along a strict timeline. If you hold a passport from over 55 qualifying nations, including India, the unified e-visa grants digitized, frictionless access for exactly 16 days. Plan to stay for day 17, and the digital gates close. Long-term entry demands traditional physical sticker visas, processed entirely through external consulates. Regardless of your visa type, your passport must maintain a strict minimum of 6 months validity from the moment your boots hit the tarmac. Upon arrival, international travelers are routed immediately through mandatory biometric kiosks to log their physical data. At customs, you are handed a physical paper migration card. The state maintains an absolute zero-tolerance policy for its mishandling. Lose that specific piece of paper, and you guarantee yourself detention during exit clearance protocols. The initial digital handshake gets you through the door quickly, but leaving requires flawless execution of analog, paper-based administration. This diagram maps the financial reality on the ground. Western-issued Visa, MasterCard, and SWIFT networks fail at the border. The sanctions are absolute. You are financially severed. To survive the first 24 hours, carry physical US dollars or euros to exchange locally, and immediately register for the domestic Mir card system. Converting foreign hard currency yields immense local purchasing power. A heavy, multi-course meal at a modern urban cafe costs between $4 and $9. A fully furnished one-bedroom flat in a secondary tech hub like Novosibirsk runs $300 to $500 a month. That scales to over $1,100 inside Moscow's premium corporate sectors. For those seeking local income, the market is aggressively dominated by massive state-aligned energy conglomerates and heavy aerospace engineering. The internal economy runs heavily on mega-scale mineral extraction: diamonds, platinum, and nickel pulled straight from the earth. Specialized foreign corporate workers, cryptography architects, or energy logisticians fetch $1,800 to $3,500 net equivalent per month. Earn that local salary, and you bypass the firewall entirely. Attempt to route remote income through restricted banking lines, and you invite daily logistical friction. Physical security in the megacities is exceptionally tight. Moscow and St. Petersburg operate under advanced facial recognition surveillance networks. Violent street encounters are statistically rare. Solo creators can navigate public plazas late at night with low physical risk. The active threats require basic situational awareness: targeted pickpocketing rings in the dense subway transit systems, and unvetted airport taxis running minor overcharging loops. The heavy urban surveillance operates alongside a formal cultural layer: a rigid dedication to classical ballet, theater arts, and competitive chess. To endure the climate, the dietary baseline shifts to high-density fuel: slow-simmered borscht packed with root vegetables and beef, paired with heavy portions of pelmeni dumplings. You need those calories for a continental climate that shifts radically. Summers spike to a bright 28 degrees Celsius, but the winters are dark and violently freezing. Moving into the Siberian interior, the basins regularly drop to minus 50 degrees Celsius. Survival outside the cities requires professional-grade thermal isolation. This deep freeze locks in the oldest geographical structures on the planet. Lake Baikal plunges 1,600 meters, holding 20% of Earth's unfrozen fresh water. The brutalist weather dictates the system. It demands dense culinary fuel, highly regulated urban grids, and strict adherence to the rules of the cold. This matrix clarifies the verdict. Russia actively rewards assimilation. For the tourist, it's highly viable. Execute a 16-day run with physical cash. For the corporate expat, secure a domestic contract and earn rubles directly. For the nomad, this fails, completely blocked by international banking channels. Navigating the friction reveals the scope of the landmass. Over 9,000 kilometers of the Trans-Siberian Railway, crossing 8 time zones on a single track. Are you willing to trade frictionless global convenience for access to an isolated transcontinental reality? Let us know your decision below. Next up, we trade the Eurasian ice for East Africa. Examining the hyper-clean tech hub and the emerald volcanic hills of Rwanda. Subscribe to stay informed on the actual data driving global relocation. Stay real.